What's up with it, y'all? I'm JP, and this is Watch This Ish Reactions, where I react to a whole lot of different ish. Today, we got 607 Unk, and he's speaking on Charleston White and HoneyKomb Brazy going back and forth, threatening each other's lives on social media. Yeah, now that you know the deal, hey man, slap that like button, subscribe with your boy, and hit that bell notification so you know when all the new content drop. With all that being said, let's go.
Welcome to Rap That, where we expose the industry and its tricks. I swear to God, my mama, stop playing with me. HoneyKomb Brazy. I mean, crazy, then messed up. I swear to God, my mama, stop playing with me. Listen, we're gonna talk about HoneyKomb Crazy and what he just did, right? Because listen, I'm gonna say this. HoneyKomb Brazy will take to the internet, right? Listen, I'm gonna say this. When you take to the internet, right, I'm gonna tell you this. When you go on these platforms, when you go to these places where people get paid off views, they're gonna trick you to saying some shit that can, really fuck you up, right? They're gonna trick you to saying shit you shouldn't have said, right? Listen, I'm gonna say this, right? Everybody know that HoneyKomb Brazy is institutionalized, right? He been in prison more than he been free, right? So my mom, listen, he probably still smell like a cell. I'm keeping it real, right? Everybody know this shit about HoneyKomb Brazy, gang. Listen, I'm gonna say this, gang. He said the wrong thing. A lot of times people say stuff that, they shouldn't say, right? Listen, y'all remember when he had that going on with Finesse 2 times, right? And his mama, opened her mouth and said something, right? Her mama said something, right? What happened? He said something to his mama, right? He said, like, look, stay out of it, right? Finesse 2 times said something back. But I think that's kind of like a play. They with the same label, so we ain't gonna jump off into that, right? We're gonna talk about some shit we know not to play, right? Listen, first, this saying, free my daddy, right? That's what we heard, free my daddy, right? And then some shit happened, right? Y'all know this, right? And listen, this is why it's a big problem, right? And y'all know this, right? Y'all know this because I'm telling y'all this, right? He had grandparents, right? Listen, a lot of times we in the streets, right? And we don't know the type of that we do and what can happen to the people that's around us from the shit that we do, right? So listen, he was, in the streets, doing what he was doing, right? And like whatever he was doing led to, the house getting shot up. Grandparents getting, right? I'm keeping it real, right? Grandparents got, I don't know what happened. He ended up in jail. Listen, his daddy ended up in jail, but here's the crazy part about it. His daddy ended up in jail with the same person that his grandma, all right? And listen, I'm gonna say this. You in a cell with somebody that have murdered your mother, your father. Listen, I don't know what it would take for you to get through that, right? But I'm gonna say this. HoneyKomb Crazy, Brazy got upset. He got upset because his father in cell with him and didn't leave him stanking, right? So he cut off his father, allegedly, right there, right? Listen, I'm gonna say this. If you watching this, would you cut off your father because he didn't slide, right? But I'm gonna say this, gang.
Stop right there. We got to keep it all the way 100 because the story goes is, yeah, HoneyKomb Brazy did cut off his daddy, but there was a situation to where his daddy was out on the street and had got robbed by HoneyKomb Brazy's cousin, his actual cousin. And his daddy put in the call to HoneyKomb Brazy when he was 13 and told him, say, hey, look here, son, we ain't going. I need you to go do that for me. So HoneyKomb Brazy, young mind at 13 and the street dude that he is, he go and ride on his cousin. I'm talking about clack him down. Clack him. You know what I'm saying? And put in that work and here it go. The shoe on the other foot. HoneyKomb Brazy saying, hey, look, them is the people in this new situation where they done got my grandparents, but they in there with you. I need you to put in that work. And daddy said, you know what? I ain't gonna be able to do it. So, hey man, I ain't gonna be able to do it. I ain't taking now another year. That ain't what that is. You're gonna send him on the run, but you ain't gonna take the run. Now I don't condone it, none of it. It all is wrong. But if you live in that kind of game and you putting in the work and you putting in the call for the work, shouldn't you do the work? I don't know. Y'all jump in the comments, let me know, man. Anyway, hit that like button. Subscribe with your boy. Let's go.
Sometimes you gotta understand that people do what they do, and sometimes people just die, right? Listen, I'm not saying that grandparents and parents shouldn't die, but I'm saying everybody gon' die, right? Listen, so you can't run around doing that, right? I'm gonna say this one thing about people they die, but they don't die because what you don't understand is they wasn't nothing but a memory anyway. They wasn't nothing but something in your mind. The same thing right now, you can think in your mind and bring them back because they never left. Whatever's here is here. It can never leave, right? I'm keeping it real. Just think about somebody that's dead right now. Right? Think about them. And then think about whatever they did to make you feel good. I bet you feel good, right? Now think about somebody that's dead that made you feel bad. I guarantee you feel bad. You feel bad enough to still today because you think you but nobody really, right? But listen, HoneyKomb crazy then. Up, right? Sometimes you gotta watch who you play with. Sometimes you can't play with the wrong person, right?
Yeah.
But listen, so he would take to the internet. He will get tricked to disrespect the one-eyed bandit, the one-eyed fool, Mr. Snitch-a-lot, Mr. F*** you up, Mr. Charleston White. Oh shit, why would you do that? Why the hell would he disrespect Charleston? Listen, I'm saying this, Charleston wasn't bothering nobody, right? But allegedly, right? Not allegedly. I seen the video. He said when he catch Charleston White, he's smacking him. So Charleston White would get on the internet, right?
Yeah.
And he would show. Last time, y'all know Charleston White. Last time he got into it, he showed the bazooka. But this time was kind of like different because the words that he uttered, I never heard him speak before, right? I'd heard him speak that dead baby, right? I'd heard him talk about Woody dead baby, but I never heard him say directly to somebody, when I catch you, I'm going to kill you. Stop playing. Them are the words you don't say in the trenches. Is no trolling, is no internet, is no games. Or maybe it is, right? Maybe it is. Because I'm gonna say this, HoneyKomb Brazy been back and forth in the penitentiary because he cannot control his emotions. The lack of emotional intelligence. And one thing Charleston White do, he have to keep himself free. And the way he keep himself free is to get you locked up, right? He said y'all both in Texas. And y'all are both in Texas. And everybody see that y'all both in Texas. But here's the problem. Y'all think Texas is small, but Charleston White know as well as I know he all the way in Houston, right? He all the way in Houston. And Charleston White all the way in Fort Worth. That's like 4 to 5 hours away. So the chances of them running into each other in Texas is kind of like slim to none, because Texas is kind of like as big as, they stole Texas, right? That's why Texas is so big, because Texas don't belong to Texas. Texas is a stolen state, right? They stole Texas for all the oil that's in Texas, but we ain't gonna talk about that, right? We're gonna talk about what's really going on, because y'all know what's really going on. Could it be a play, or is this real? Welcome to Rap That, where we expose the industry and its tricks. I swear to God, my mama, is this a...
Stop it right there. That is a good question. Is this a play or not? But when I'm looking at the factuals, which I did see Charleston come out and told him flat out, you slap me, brother, I'm gonna murk you. I'm gonna murk you. I'm gonna unalive you. I'm gonna make sure your old ticker in your chest stop beating, baby. Straight like that. That's what he said. That's what he said. But on the flip side, who is messing up? Is Charles messing up? Putting that out on social media that I'm going to rockabye you, little baby? Can you tell people that, and not get in trouble? I don't know, And then I seen the rebuttal, the reply. HoneyKomb replied to that and said on social media, hey man, I'm scared for my life. He pulled a Charleston. I'm scared for my life now. Hey man, I gotta defend myself against you. I fear you, Charleston. I got to get rid of you. He flipped it back on Charleston ass. I said, oh man, it's getting crazy, boy. And on top of that, HoneyKomb also established the fact that he really ain't even here for this rap game. Eventually, he gonna do life. And he going to get them boys that did it to grandma and grandpa and all that there. This boy ain't got it. I don't know if Charleston want to bark up the tree. Y'all let me know, man. Let's go.
Trick, right? Listen, I'm gonna say this. If HoneyKomb Brazy was a mainstream artist, right? I mean, I know he's the first person to make a 5-minute song.
Hit that like
decent, right? Because you listen for 5 minutes with no hook, all bars that are still good. Shout out to HoneyKomb Brazy on GDBD Fight Lord,
Hype this video.
on Fight Lord, on Finesse 2 times, on Blueface, on Jellyfish, on Cats on Dog on Trees. Can't forget about the bees. Everybody know that shit's hard, right?
Yeah.
That's so hard.
Yeah.
It was so hard it made me want to kill. I mean, everybody want to kill, but I'm gonna say this though, right? It's a problem when you get lost in your music, right? Because I think like him get lost in their music. He go to jail and smile and get happy. But when he went to jail, he said, look, I ain't with these particular people no more. He asked what's going on with Birdman. He supposed to with Birdman. But listen, Birdman ain't with him. And listen, I'm gonna say this. Nobody can rescue out of situations. Birdman can't do it. Only person that ever did it was able to do it was Master P. Master P saved Snoop Dogg. Yeah, I know that. Snoop Dogg was up. Right? Master P saved him. Right?
Sure
and when Master P saved him, Master P told him the game. Master P showed him how to get money off his music because that was dying over there in Death Row. Because nobody want to teach you how to make money over there in Death Row. The same thing going on right now. Because
nah, it wasn't that. That boy there was scared of that boy Suge. Suge, that back when Suge was a gangster before he got knocked out 2-3 times. Hell, everybody was, didn't want to see Big Suge coming. And Snoop came to the South for protection. It is what it is.
He signed a Death Row basically still to this day. Him and Finesse 2 times signed a Death Row. Right? Jay Prince is the new Death Row. Right? I'm keeping it real. That's Death Row, gang, because once you go there, you stay there, and you don't make your money while you're there. Right? Y'all see when he had problems with Sauce Walker, and everybody got a problem with Sauce Walker right now. His baby mama got a problem with him, but you see when he had a problem with Sauce Walker, what happened? 2 videos later, he on Sauce Walker a lot. Right? Everybody know that Sauce Walker run Houston. We ain't gonna talk about that. Jay Prince don't run Houston. We can talk about that. Everybody think they do. But HoneyKomb Brazy think like, oh man, I can say what I want to say. This Charleston White. But Charleston White, the same thing that's an informant that worked for the police. And the realest nigga I know. When I say the realest nigga I know, he the only nigga I know that's the same every time. Right? He's the same every time I see him. He never different. Y'all changing. Listen, I'm not no Charleston White advocate. I don't give a fuck about Charleston White. And everybody know, right? But I'm saying is this, and this is what I'm trying to let y'all understand so y'all can really understand. Welcome to Rap That Shit, where we expose the industry, right? You got one chance. You got one shot. The industry is ran off loans. When they loan you some money, you don't recoup. You go on the shelf, right? And you remain there until that project recoup. When that project recoup, they spit out more money. But this is what the industry do. They give you more money than they know the project's gonna ever make. Right? They gonna give you enough money where they know, okay, cool, this project wouldn't make $1 million in 20 years, right? If we don't do nothing to it. So they gonna give you $1 million, all right, and hold you over 20 years. And never let go of the song. And never let go of you. They gon' make it last forever and ever, ever. Make it last. I swear to God, mama, they gon' la 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 la.
I'm gonna fool with.
Yeah, they gonna do you like that. The industry gon' hold up. Was that gay?
I'll be damn.
No, cut that part out. Listen, but I'm saying this, you don't want to really play with the industry gang and people get in the industry and they get stuck. They get a taste of that fame, but not a taste of that money. A lot of people in the industry, they broke. When I tell people this, they be like, no, my favorite rapper broke. Your favorite rapper broke because he lived off a loan. Right? And that loan made him say crazy shit out of his mouth. Right? Everybody know that this got one more time to get in trouble. That's it. He ain't got two more times to get in trouble. He get in trouble one more time, he's gone for life. Right? And Charleston White just said he gonna kill him. So he gotta respond.
Brazy ready for it,
Charleston White knew what he said. He said something people gonna say. Why you let Charleston White say that? They gonna drive him. They gonna put the steering wheel in his back, right? If he don't do nothing. Charleston White, the same they talk about Woody dead baby. What happened to him, right? I'd have been in Charleston White. I have been with Charleston White on several occasions. And what have I noticed is that he's the same way online and on the internet. He'll tell you fuck you in person, he'll tell you fuck you on the internet. I'm telling you this, we was at a store. I'm keeping it real. I think we was at Walmart. We was going to Walmart to grab something. We was with them, that rich white man. The white man, he's a dreamer. I watched him lose $500,000 in 2 hands of blackjack.
Hey,
and then come out and then take a to Walmart and let him spend everything off his card. Right? So Charleston White with these people, and the same person gave Charleston White a brand new demon. I watched it with my own eyes. So Charleston White is connected with some people that a lot of people don't know. Right? Yeah, think about it, connected with the Jews, right? Who own the jail? The Jews, right? So I don't think y'all understand what Charleston White is doing and where he's placing himself. He's placing himself in a position around men that have people that control, right? And what they control is the jails, because they're the Jews. They control the music too, right? So I don't think people understand this. So when it comes to people like Finesse 2 Times, and people like HoneyKomb Brazy, and people like Junior, they all the same, right? They all the same. People probably think that money make you different, but you're not different when you're under the same umbrella. You under the same clause, right? All you got to do is look up, but nobody never look up. If you look up, you will see you're stuck, right? The industry got you stuck. You owe a lot of money. Your account in the negative, right? With your bank account in the plus. It don't make sense. How it makes sense, right? You ain't making no money off your music. Once you spend that money, it's gone. Right? So now you gotta do strange things for a piece of change, like everybody else, right? Just like this. I was finna get HoneyKomb Brazy for an interview. It's what our mama told me $5. Ain't no way I can't do it. Y'all probably like, man, give him $5. Nah, I ain't giving him $5 because a YouTube interview is not worth $5. It ain't worth $5. It gotta be worth $5. We gotta go up, right? And I don't know what you're gonna say. I don't know if we're gonna go do 1 million views or go up like it's supposed to go up. Right. Yeah. So I ain't gonna pay that. A lot of people pay that. Y'all go to Vlad, let Vlad pay that. I just seen Vlad. I went to the United Hollywood Unlocked. I was there. I saw Vlad. Cause I know my reality show coming out. And I don't think y'all know this, but I'm on nothing but content right now. There's nothing but content. All y'all gotta do is search the app in your phone. There's nothing but content. That was Blueface reality show. I don't know what the I'm doing with the promo, but it's there. And I'm there. And I'm turning up there. And I'm about to drop my reality show, Dr. Unk there, right? And that's what people should be doing. That's what a lot of people should be doing, but a lot of people are not doing that. They're not trying to control their brand, right? So HoneyKomb Brazy just got himself in a world of trouble, right? Because you just disrespected and said you're gonna smack somebody. Now you said he's gonna kill you, so what you gonna do? What you gonna do? It ain't much that you can do, right? So
again, HoneyKomb done already replied and said, hey, he's scared for his life. He turned the tables on, pulled the Charleston on Charleston. And shout out both of them boys, Charleston White and HoneyKomb Brazy. Hopefully this ends, silently and not violently. Hey man, it is what it is. I hope these boys squash that. But one thing I will say, that boy Brazy, he ready to crash out. That boy say hey man, I'm ready to go do life. I'm ready to do life anyway. Don't nobody just say they ready to go do life unless they ready to go do life and take yours. I'm just saying, man, I don't know. Let's go.
Respond. And them are words that you have to respond with according to the streets rules. But is the streets dead? Is they alive? I don't know. But when people say like this, streets got to respond a certain type of way. That's why Charleston White said it, because streets don't have emotional intelligence. Every time you see Charleston White, he gonna put himself in a situation to where if you take him, you take yourself too. I'm keeping it real. You're going to catch him with his phone. It's going to be on live. You're going to catch him in a place. If you touch him, a whole lot of witnesses. I never seen Charleston White by himself. I'm with him all the time. We by ourselves, but we not by ourselves. The phone always live, or somebody always on the phone, or recording is always going on. The man is a evil genius. I'm just keeping it real. So every time you see him, just know that you see him doing the stuff that you probably won't think he's doing, but he's doing it. So, you know how I go, gang. You got like HoneyKomb Brazy. He just took to the internet, and what he did just hurt him. And everybody know it hurt him, but I don't know how bad it hurt him, right? Look, put in the comments how bad y'all think it hurt him, because y'all know one thing about Charleston White. There's no love, right? He don't give a f. He done beef with everybody, right? And what he have done have left people speechless, right? Everybody have been speechless behind what he has done.
I gotta stop it one more time and say this too. You know, I don't wish no ill on nobody, but you got to say, I'm gonna end with what I have to say right there, right here, rather. And say, every dog has his day, okay? You know, you can fool some of the people some of the time, but you can't fool all the people all of the time. That's Bob Marley. Y'all know what I'm trying to get at, baby. Let's go.
Right? That's what I'm on. But listen, I just want to know this. Did y'all happen to see?
There y'all have it. 607 speaks on Charleston White and HoneyKomb Brazy going at each other, disrespecting each other, threatening each other's lives. Y'all seen it. You heard it. It is what it is. Hey, man, jump in the comments. Leave your thoughts. Slap the like. Hit the hype. Subscribe with your dog. And continue to rock with me so you can watch this ish.